Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I'm so excited because a great idea just came upon me. I was setting up in the garden. I'm like, well, what do I really feel like is, permeating a lot of people's thoughts these days, and mine as well. And one of them is, kind of the essence we emanate, like what sort of impression we make and the energy that we put out there. So today's read is sort of going to be about what do others appreciate about us, and what do we need to learn, respect, and appreciate about ourselves? Because appreciation and self-love are the most important tools that you could ever nurture, okay? Appreciation of others and the appreciation of yourself is the closest vibrational match to our source energy of anything. So when we're saying, wow, you know what? When I came out in my garden today, I'm like, wow, do I appreciate all these trees and this beautiful nature that I have outside me? And the tree that is facing me directly is one that Ian planted about 7 years ago, and it really is one of the most beautiful trees I've ever seen. It's hardy and strong and beautiful, and it makes the most beautiful sounds in the wind. So oftentimes if you hear that beautiful like rubbing of leaves, it's that tree that he planted, and right now I can hear it. So I hope that the microphone picks it up. So again, what do you need to look out in yourself that you appreciate? Because people already appreciate this in you. It's very important. And you guys, I need to share this because when I read this morning, I had to go through a whole bunch of things. I have a lot of clients, because it's the end of what is happening with these retrogrades, things sort of start to pile up, and people, they get anxiety, they get fear. And I was like, well, what can I look up that's going to help put people at ease? And then I realized, there's some things we're not letting happen right now because the timing isn't good for us. Something we're not letting happen because we're very aware of where we are, okay? But all things as they are happening in perfect order. So when we relax and say everything is in perfect timing, it's unfolding. I'm enjoying where I am now in a relationship to where I'm going. I'm content where I am. I'm eager for more, and be in that great, perfect vibrational stance. And part of that is also not meeting resistance with resistance anymore, okay? As I've been saying, Ian, again, was up all last night with this pain before his operation for his gallstones, and around like 6 a.m., I started to get a little antsy, and I'm like, should I just get up and start working? Because, I'll feel better because I'm going to keep my mind occupied. When he's sleeping and having these little naps that he just falls into exhaustion, I like to do something positive, and that's to reach out to you guys to research and all these things and keep my mind busy instead of being aggravated, and be like, oh, how dare you interrupt my sleep? Which would have been the old me. In my 20s, I would have been mad because it's like I have a pretty full agenda, and it's like I need my sleep as well, and we can be very selfish when we're tired, right? So I was like, go outside in your garden. So listen, we're not going to meet resistance with resistance, okay? And when we don't, it dissipates dramatically. It just softens. Like, really try it. Next time somebody says to you, I'm right and you're wrong, go, okay, you're right, sure. And mean it. In other words, don't mock them, just say you're right. They don't have the energy to blast you because you just took all the fuel out of the fire. So give yourself the energy and calm that you need by just letting somebody have these ridiculous victories that in their head is so important, but to us, because we're elevated, really isn't. If somebody's trying to tell you blue is brown when it's really blue, say, man, awesome, you're right. See you later. I gotta go. And just keep it moving, because people really can be a riotous pack of bitches. I am noticing it's like I don't get involved in anything on social media because I feel like people think they're pretty fearless on there. I'm watching people have these spats, and it's crazy. It's because, it's not face to face, and it's really strange, and I don't know why people waste their time. So don't waste yours either. I feel like part of your new appeal is you're just ready to go out and be on your highest frequency and vibration. And part of that is me ignoring every time I come out in the garden that all of a sudden these dogs go nuts. All of a sudden everybody has to mow their lawn. I'm like, I'm sorry, all 4 of you mowed your lawn yesterday. Are you really starting your lawnmowers again? But I don't care. I let it go. So today's read again is going to be sort of like what you should be appreciating about yourself. Okay, really look for reasons to feel good, you guys. When you evoke it in your entire sphere, in your life experience, and you only look for the good parts in this universe or in this person and yourself, you are going to vibrate with that, and that's not going to go unnoticed, and your abundance and your manifestation is going to come to you, because it really does start with us, you guys. We are the alpha and omega in our mind, builds the idea, sets our mood, gets our momentum building, and then we put into practice what we're thinking. And when our head is filled with happy, joyous thoughts, there is no room for doubt and fear and all the things that have no place there anymore, okay? And you guys are responding well to this. And your comments, I am so excited how much progress each of you are making, just deciding to release everything that is binding, restrictive, judgmental, critical, because you don't need it anymore. Nobody does, right? But we're preconditioned by our subconscious to allow these things. But once we're awake to that, we're like, no, thank you. You can keep that moving, because I only have space for high vibrational activities, thoughts, and all those things. Like yesterday, I impressed myself in the grocery store. I was like, put those Doritos back, put that freaking Coca-Cola back. I'm like, I ended up leaving the store with like quinoa and other things. And I tell you, I am a sugar monkey junkie. Like, I want all the sugar and all the tasties and all the gummy bears, but I'm not trying to, be poison my system. And sugar really does set us for a Louis. So really think before you act. Be like, is my body going to enjoy this? Like, how am I going to feel an hour from now if I eat this? That's always a good question to ask as well. Okay, so we're going to start with the sigil keeper. Symbols, signs, and messages. A lot of you are going to be seeing a lot of synchronicities right now. I feel like you're kind of on another level, like sort of like the wizard status of understanding and how to interpret these signs and symbols. The dark birds, the 1111s, the 555s. Seeing the same actor, actress, or somebody over and over and over, and maybe a message they're trying to convey. I see Orlando Bloom all the time doing all this great stuff for UNICEF and all this stuff, and it really is propelling me sort of in that area. But I definitely am trying to do some stuff for the ASPCA and animals and things like that, and we always have time. And it's funny, if you want something done, ask a busy person, because they're already hustling, they're already moving, they're already doing it. They're just going to put it in their agenda and be able to do it. I have a lot of people say, how in the world are you able to answer all these comments and do this and that? Because I'm continually keeping like an effective kind of energy going. I bring my phones with me even if I'm at the beach. I'm like, hey, I don't need to stare at the ocean for 5 hours. I can do some work. And we kind of, you get with that, and you like the positivity, and you like the fact that you're being effective. And I feel like that's something you're moving into too, group one. And I feel like that's some of the things that people appreciate about you, is you're effective. Now, one of these things that you should appreciate about yourself right now is you're actually starting to manifest. When you act as if you bring in that positivity, when you act as if abundance and money is already flowing to you, it's already begun that process. When you act as if you're adorable, sweet, and charming, you're already starting to become magnetic. Now, listen, we actually put out that energy. If we're saying to ourselves when we go out in public, oh my God, I look hideous, I am like a Stygian witch, nobody's going to talk to me, blah, 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 blah. You've already made a statement without talking to anybody. You sent out that message, I'm undesirable, don't approach me. It really is a truism. I'm telling you, I once went into this club with my mother, and every college student was going crazy mad for her. And I mean, they were flirting with her, like trying to pick her up. And I was like, what in the actual hell? But at that point, she was my age that I am now. And she was her confident, amazing self, and just out there doing that and being herself and highly magnetic. And oftentimes when we're in our 20s, we don't have that realization that when we think highly of ourselves, we create that magnetism. Okay, we create that magic. I'm so proud. You see my bracelet? I made this last night. It's actually a necklace. It's a double strand necklace, but I turned it into a bracelet. I love citrines and pearls together. So I'll put this in my shop as well. I just forgot I was wearing it. So act as if everything that you want and need is moving towards you. And people are seeing, that you kind of have this ability to bring into your life what you want, because you're focused on it. You build the momentum, and then it starts to happen. Another thing is you can embrace the in-between. You don't get restless. You don't get critical. You don't make others feel pushed or worried, or you bring in good energy. You bring in peace. You're very like, so I'm in between something right now. Life is not all about every check off, every finish line, every, timestamp. It's not about that. It's about, the journey and learning and connecting with one another. And I feel like you're very social, and you're very gracious in that, and you're loving to people. Yeah, see, contact. I feel like you make eye contact with people. I feel like you make social contact with people. I feel like you're connected. And part of this is you don't even know that this is part of like what is in your alchemy, is that you are quite fearless. I feel like in the near future, you're going to do and say things you're like, wow, I didn't even know I had that in me. I'm really proud. Like, I'll give you a for instance, and my boss didn't know I did this, and oops, I was at our beach club and I was all alone, so I had to wait on everybody, take their orders, and cook. And there's quite a vicious group of like young teenagers there that are spoiled. Their parents just would dump them off there. They were unhappy. Half of them were like dealing drugs in the bathroom. There were all these things, and they all came in and started talking over one another. And I want this milkshake. No, change that. And there was like 5 of them. They were really rude. They knew I was by myself, and it's almost like one of those things like, let's attack and see what we could do. And I said, first of all, it's obvious I'm here by myself, and unless you act respectfully and place your order like adults instead of screaming children, I'm not going to help you. It is not my job to figure out what you want to eat. Don't ask me a bunch of questions. I was like, just put your order in, and that's how we're going to deal with it. Otherwise, I'm going to refuse service. And they just got in line. And we have to do that. When we realize people are playing games and they're doing things to provoke us, again, we're not going to play. We're not going to comply. We are going to take charge of the situation. And that's what you're going to do too. And you're going to be fearless in certain situations. And you're also going to get recognition at this. I feel like this is in the workplace and also in family where people have been trotting a little heavy over the boundaries, and it's your time. You're just going, nope, you know what? I recognize this for what it is. It's somebody trying to take advantage. You're not going to allow it, and people are really going to step up and play ball to your rules because you've had enough, and you're realizing, you know, you got to define and get those boundaries and have them be strong, and that's really wonderful. Oh, I love this energy. And I'm going to use your one tarot card is going to be Cherry Enchantress's beautiful new deck that she created, which I love. Emperor energy. You are taking command, and people are respecting that new energy of you, and you're recognizing, you know, the power was always within you. It's just that sometimes, like what you see in a movie where that person is, they're kind of shy and they're kind of residing in their feelings, and they want something. There's a component missing in their life, and once they recognize it, they step up and they hit a home run. This is what's going to be going on with you, and other people are going to be like, wow, that's amazing, and they're going to be excited for you, and they're going to be cheering you on because you're deserving. This is good karma coming back to you. I love that, group 1. So yeah, appreciate this beautiful journey you're on and the strength that you're emitting, and it makes other people feel safe and calm, and they're sort of playing off your strength too and asking for what they want from the universe, from their jobs, from other places, and they're seeing their worth because they're seeing you recognize yours. That's beautiful, and that is something else, group 1. I love that energy for you, so keep a lookout for those signs because they will be everywhere. So love and light to you. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, if you want to come over to my Etsy store and check out all my jewels and gems. I made some great summer pieces. They're a lot of fun, and they'll help support all Ian's medical bills. Oh my goodness, like I don't even want to know. When you're not insured and you get a medical bill, it's like, no, thank you. But again, you know, you just got to step up and do what you got to do. But you guys are amazing, and I'm excited. So ask for what you want, because right now, the 31st with a new moon, that fantastic time of the retrogrades leaving in the new powerful Leo energy of charm, 5-alarm charm, power, and strength is coming in, and you're going to just knock it out of the park. So beautiful, Sigil Keeper. So now we're on to the Golden Unicorn. This is about protection, guardianship, and champion. This for you guys too. I'm feeling already that, you know, a lot of people feel that they are protected by you. I feel like you're a mother or father figure to a lot of people. I feel like you champion other people's causes. I feel like, you know, you stand up for the underdog. You always have. And it's really, really beautiful. I love this, that you have the prayers card as your first card. This is saying your prayers are being answered. And this is another thing that's very attractive and you should appreciate about yourself, is this shows gratitude. When we pray, we're saying thank you. We're not asking for more. We're saying thank you. Thank you for my beautiful home. Thank you for my family. You're showing appreciation for what you have. And guess what? That's always going to garner more. More begets more. You know, it is how you manifest. But we have to start with what we have and feel abundant. I remember one time looking around my living room, and I was like, I was getting anxious because there was this deck I really wanted, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's not even on Prime, so I can't have it in 2 days. I was like, listen, you ridiculous, insane person. You have over 100 decks, and I'm serious. Some of them I've only thumbed through once. I'm like, you don't even know all the artwork in depth. So why don't you go through the decks you do have? You know what I mean? It's about appreciation. And right then I sent a prayer out, and I said, thank you, universe, so much for, you know, my decks that I have, and that I can afford them, and my Patreons help support, and I'm able to get these decks and, you know, have new vital information about these messages and artwork. And I feel like Colette Baron Reid is one of the most prolific, fantastic writers in spirituality and anything else, common sense. All her predictive advice is fantastic. So it's like, I'm so happy to be able to afford her decks and do that. And again, you're really appreciating what's out there and sending out prayers, and it's creating, it's creating a ripple effect, of goodness. So transformation is beautiful. Another thing people are appreciating about you is you do transform. You don't stay the same. I feel like you consistently change up your looks, your hair, whatever you're doing. It's like you like to try new things. You're very inventive. I feel a lot of times that, you kind of, you go your own way for sure. You're certain of, change being a kind of metamorphosis, that we can't just always look the same. Not only that, it's like I feel like you almost go out of your way to look a little bit different and be original because you're an original thinker, and people really appreciate that in you about that. Self-love and appreciation, again, is one of the most important tools out there. And we evolve. I feel like this is another thing about you. You constantly bring other people new ideas with how you act, talk, dress, and stuff. You really are good at rendezvousing with like-minded people. I feel like, you compliment people in stores. You start conversations with them. You should be aware of your power, because you really do have a strong power of suggestion for other people. They really listen to you. I think, you're going to have your life work in very comfortable, humorous ways. People around you feel comfortable. They feel at ease about you. They feel like you're non-judgmental. And part of this is innocence. You come from a place of actual honesty, originality, and innocence. Like, you don't want something from people, and they know that, and they love that about that. And they know that about you, and you should really appreciate that about yourself. That's one thing that I'm really happy I wasn't born with, that, get more, see more, any of that I, honest to goodness, love people so much and will give the shirt off my back. But now that I'm older, I'm really able to decipher who is worthy of that shirt. You know what I mean? Before, it would be any old person. Oh, you need my shirt? Here you go. But a lot of people are out there, they'll take your shirt even though they have 5. That's what we have to recognize. And you're going to be very good at that very soon. You're going to be able to read the signs and who's really, on your side, who's cheering you on, who is helpful. You're going to be like a really good decipher of that, which is important. I mean, it's really important to know, people are with you. And look, judgment. Yeah. And if you guys like these cards, these are Cherry Enchantress's new deck, and they are fantastic. So if you go over to her YouTube channel, all the information is over there. It's like all the beautiful master portraits. So judgment, yeah, your judgment is going to be on point. And this is something you should appreciate about yourself. You really are good at reading people. You really know if somebody is full of crap. You really know if somebody is rowing in the same boat with you. You understand pretty soon because I feel like you don't really like to partake in superficiality or materialism. It kind of bothers you when you hear that over and over, and you're moving away from that. So you're just clearing the air, You're bringing yourself and everybody new ideas. And I feel like every time you praise something and appreciate something, more of that is coming your way. You really are going to be a killer manifester. It's like the universe is going, here you go, here's more, you're deserving of it. And I feel like you're going to be really good at reading people's minds and what they want before they even open their mouths. So you're going to surprise a lot of people, and they appreciate that and think it's super cool. I do too. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, don't say it before they say it, because they're going to think all kinds of crazy things. So beautiful energy, group 2. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching my channel and supporting me. It really, means the world to me. And your comments, oh my God, I have such a boo-hoo factory going on in my house when I read them. I mean, the fact, there's no greater thing to me than to be able to alter somebody's future by them actualizing their potential and stepping into it and getting miraculous results and going, holy crap, why did I wait? You know what I mean? And you guys are doing it now, and you're telling me about the results, just because you're choosing to speak well of yourselves to yourselves and step into this beauty and power that you've always had. And thank you for sharing your stories with me. It's amazing, and it's profound. It's profound, and it's wonderful. And keep going, you guys, because it's amazing. So now we're going to go on to the Yule Singer. So this is about rebirth, feasting and joy. I feel like August and September is going to be a great time for you to get together with family and friends, really connect. I feel like something right away popped up why others really appreciate you, and you should yourself as well, is because I feel like you're always trusted. You're always good and solid with everything. I feel like, you don't like lies, and you can tell when people are lying, and you're not a fan of that. You're a super freedom seeker, and you want to travel. I feel like you already hold and are storing a lot of inner wisdom, and you share that with people. I feel like you're always welcome everywhere you go. And look, this has been coming up a lot. And Stag Spirit is saying, you know, take the lead. Don't be afraid, whether it's at work in your family, to take the reins. If somebody's dropped them and you see a vacuum in there and something isn't adjusted the way it should be and it needs help, just step right in there and do it. You know what I mean? There's a time where we have to defer to a higher up, and there are times we don't. Like, for instance, when I was in certain places of business, if I knew I could do something and make a customer really happy, but I was supposed to go one level up, and those people one level up were really 3 levels down, I was like, F it, I don't care, I'm going to do this, it's going to be great, you know. And then you'd have the customer super psyched. Of course, the one person higher up that should have done it is not going to be your best friend for a while, but as a whole, always do what's right, and I feel like you do, and you're going to take the lead. Also, you're going to let it shine. Let yourself shine. If you want to wear bright red sparkles and you really want to stick out, do that. I feel like people appreciate that about you. You're going to wear that goddamn killer fedora, you're going to have that cool killer wig, you're going to have the colors that are just bang on point. You want to sparkle. You're like the, you know, Star Spangled Banner. Go out and do that. People appreciate that. I mean, I loved RuPaul when he first came out because I was like, damn, look at all of it, you know. Sparkly adventure. I feel like that's the name of the game for you right now. I really love that. So really get out there and be yourself. Yeah, look, you have the Queen of Pentacles card, and these are Cherry's beautiful new cards. I love them. Queen of Pentacles, you're going to get out there, and I feel like this is another thing that's going to impress you in the near future. You're going to really learn how to pull in a dollar. You're going to have a grasp on some kind of avenue of revenue, and you're really just going to make it work. I feel like it has something to do with an online practice, and you're just going to be like, you know what, I could do that. You're going to start to apply yourself, you're going to get momentum behind it, and then boom, it's going to take off. I really feel like you have something in the works. Whatever it is, please have follow through, because I already feel like some great energy is circulating around that. Yeah, see, you have the King of the Darkwood Elves, which is saying you're going to have authority, credibility, and status. People are really going to appreciate that about you, and do it about yourself, because you are going to become an authority in this particular aspect of your life that you're moving into. You're going to have strong credibility, and you're going to gain some status, social media, all those things. Like, you know, people are really going to defer to you for this particular aspect and the skill set that you have, and you're going to hone it, and you are going to reach, you know, the pinnacle of expertise in this, because it interests you. And when we follow our passion and things we love, there's no reason we shouldn't become expert level at it. There's no reason we shouldn't just go and thrive and just kill it. And you really are. You're researching, doing, developing, and then you're just grasping. You know, this is your golden era. And people are going to be like, wow, man, he or she did it. I knew they had like this thing, but they really did it. You know what I mean? And it's really great when that happens. So I'm excited for you. So love and light to you. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe. I love this card so much. And thank you for visiting my channel. I really appreciate it. Also hit the notification bell so you know when all the new videos come in. And then if you need a private read, if you want to go to my Etsy store, all my links are down below. I'll give you all the info. And come see me on Instagram too. It's Sparkrist11. I do daily posts and memes, and I really connect with people and answer questions over there. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, Melanie, I was wondering about this crystal. I'm having this going on. You know, and I love to interact with you guys over there, and it's really a great way to do it. So come see me over there. And thanks again for your support, you guys. Yay, I'm going to go upload.